Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, back on to the next stage of this. So you can probably see I've got a bit of blue tape all the way around it. That's where I'm going to trim it off to. So at the minute I think it's a bit too deep, too tall. So I'm going to get a better line to then, so I'm thinking as I'm talking, I can't do two things at once. Yeah, to get a better line to then match it up to the seat base, because we're going to put a new back on the seat base. So I'm going to cut this first and then we're going to do the back on the seat base, and because I can manipulate this about a bit, I shall just make the shape of the back of the seat base and then clamp all this to it. So yeah, let's get cutting. Yeah, that's going to be a much better line. If you look at, God, I'm tripping up. Look at the line from the back there and how it was. Yeah, definitely, that definitely needed to go. Right, let's do this side. Much better. Right, and I did check for battery space before I've done that, because I'm going to put the battery on its side, which you can do with these. Yeah, still plenty of space for that. And obviously the motor gadget unit. Right, what's next? Seat base. So we'll cut the old back off. And do something that resembles that shape. Right, what I'm doing here, I've clamped it to the width of the seat base because I know that's right for the frame. I'm putting a bit of heat into the tail unit to try and relax it to that width. And if that works, I can lay it on the end up on the table and draw round it for the back plate for the seat. Right, I'll let that go cold and see how it's gone. Right, I want to cut a plate out now for this. I think I'm going to cut two out. One that goes onto the seat base and then one that will get welded into here. So I drew around that, and the curve on each side looks slightly different, which it was, only slightly. So I've literally cut one half and drew around the one half, and then flipped it over and drew around the other half. That way we'll know this radius is exactly the same, and it's such a small difference, we should be able to pull this in as we weld it on. So I'm going to cut this out now and see how we go. Right, moving forward to the following day, I'm now on the plates, the end plates for this. I've done a bit of drilling, a bit of shaping. At first, I've just got to sort this edge out. It has got a couple of little eye spots, as you can see, it's rocking. So we've got to get it totally flat so it mates up to this. So basically, like I've done in the previous video, how you can see the light coming through, you can see the high spots that are holding it off the surface. So I'm just going to work at them first, get it flat, and then weld it to this. And we are still pretty much making it up as we go along. I'm just going to do it a bit at a time. I think that will do it. So what I'm going to do now, as you can see, this curve is actually slightly different to this one. So we're just going to have to get it tacked on in one place and literally pull it round into that shape. It's not too far out, so it should be fairly easy. So basically I'm going to put that down, put that over it, get it in the center and just tack and pull it round, tack, pull it round, tack, pull it round, and so on. Tell you what, I'll use the edge of this bench to push up against. That might help. Because we want to make sure we get it right, because doing tacks on the inside will be one big pain to break off if we start going wrong. That's got it. A few tacks on that. I've really got to think this through. I am making it so it comes to bits, as we can part the tail unit from the seat base. So we've got this. I've got to cut out these hoops that drop over the frame. I've already got the holes that marry up to the holes in this. So this will be getting fitted to the seat base like so. This is slightly bigger than the tail unit. Reason being for that, we are going to put a thin strip over there. That's the plan anyway. Then that will allow for the material of the seat to go over that thin strip and loop round. But obviously the main thing that I've got to take into consideration is all the battery and everything, and then obviously channels for the wiring to come through from the back to where it needs to get to on the front of the bike, which, you know, that part will be quite easy. I'll just put a channel under the seat that the wiring will all go through. It'll be nice and neat, and it'll be protected from anything obviously flicking up from the back wheel. But it really is going to take some working out. Because the main thing, it's all got to be able to assemble easily, all in order, and then obviously the reverse process of taking it all apart. So, you know, the seat base has got to go in, the battery's got to go in, the motor gadget M unit's got to go in, everything's got to be bolted, and obviously then I've got to be able to get all the fixings to bolt this up. That's the tricky part. I could make it all one and then all this just drops on as one piece, but I sort of want the bottom of it to look nice as well. That's where the tricky bit is, not to sort of cut off all the areas where I'm putting the battery in. It's hard to explain. I think I've said before, you see so many bikes where the seat it's just a poor fit. It's like they've made all the framework. I know, you know, the mistake, from what I can see, the mistake is they've done all the framework, gone and bought the seat of their choice, and it isn't quite right, and they'll just muckle up brackets and get it the best as they can. But in theory, they should have got the seat base first and done all the frame to that. I've sort of gone down that road with changing my mind, but I've got to make it work. It's gonna look so much better, and obviously the main reason behind it is being able to hide quite a lot of stuff in here. So there's going to be a lot of thinking time today. I don't know how far I'll get with the fabrication, but I'm at least going to try and get far enough where all this is going on the bike. And also we've got to make sure there's no place where it's sort of resonating against the frame and stuff like that. So I've got to leave myself gaps for probably little rubber mounting points and stuff, or it's bolted solid so it's not touching anything or near anything that could create a noise with it vibrating away. Yes, a bit of a tricky one. I know this plate here, that's going to stay solid. I've actually got to slice into the corners here and splay these sides out very, very slightly, because you're not going to see all that because it'll be all covered, but it's got to match up to the width of this, which I've had to make a bit wider, like I say, to do the strip that goes over this. And then if that's solid, I may have to cut a part of this out, as the battery and everything will be already on the frame of the bike, so that goes over everything. But then I've got to be able to access the inside to bolt it all up. See what I mean? I'm going to have to pop the camera off and have a good think about this, so we're only doing it once. Yeah. Right, I think I've got an idea. So to start with, I'm going to weld this on properly. I'm just going to do this with a series of overlapping tacks and not try and stream a weld in and possibly buckling everything. So I'm going to get on and get this attached. We'll dress all that in. Then we'll go for this bit, get that attached, cut a strip that goes over the top that lips around the edge of this for the seat covering, and then see if my idea of all the mounting points for the battery will work and it's all easy to build. Right, I think that's got it. We may have a couple of little spots when we grind it back, but we'll attend to them. So I'm going to dress that up now and go for the next stage. Right, that's pretty much got that. I'm just going to DA it up now, blend them grinding marks out. Have a bit of a radius on the corner as well, much better for the paint. It's good to go, I think. I'm still thinking it through. I know what I want. I know how I want it to look. But getting it to work is a different story. Bing! The light bulb's just come on. Right. I have a solution. And it's going to work. And it's really simple, and you probably think, why is it taking so long to come up with that idea? It's stupid. It's going to take a bit of making, because I want it to look nice, but it's a really simple idea, and it will 100% work. So, I'm going to get on with it. I don't know if you can see that. I've drawn around the tail unit for the base. Let's just get on with it. You'll see as I go along. Right, stage one. Right, just a little bit to sort out before I proceed any further. So, after cutting this out, I could see that there's a difference from this curve to that curve, and I've only drawn directly around the tail unit. So, there is a difference from one side to the other on the tail unit. So what I've done is literally just gone around the very edge and very carefully tapped it over, which has definitely brought it round. So I've matched it up to the old mark now, because I've drew around this, and I can see that it's brought it in and changed it. So what I can do now, as you can see, I've marked this, I can dress that back to that now, and we've got both sides exactly the same. I know it's only a tiny bit, but we might as well put it right while we're at this stage. That's better. Right, while the camera's been off, I've been sat here having quite a lot of thinking time again, and I think I've sort of finalised in my mind how this is all going to be laid out under the tail unit. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold off doing that for this video and get the tail unit attached to the seat base, so we can at least see before the day's over how it's all going to look on the bike. This then we'll tackle in the next video and get all that finalised. So it'll obviously, that's all the start of the base for this, and then you'll obviously see how it's all going to end up. So yeah, I think we'll get on with the seat base and the attachment of this and get it on the bike so you can see what it looks like. So I'll cast all this aside for now in a safe place, and we'll get on with that bit. Right, I'll just get on and weld them gaps up there, and we'll dress it all up and then we'll try it. At last, let's see what it looks like. That's better. Oh, I'm pleased with that. As you can see, you probably see this is sitting higher. Like I say, that's got to have a return put on it. Like I say, it's all just loosely assembled, so there will be a little return lip on there, like I say, for the material of the seat covering to just lip under and it'll bond to. Some of the glues that they use are absolutely fantastic. So, and the girls at the trim centre do a beautiful job. So yeah, I shall cut a little strip, probably not today, but that'll probably be my next job on there. I think that has given us some better lines as well. I really do. I'm not sure how easy it is to pick up on camera, but it certainly looks better with the shape of the back of the tank and stuff. I am very pleased that I've done it. So we really are moving forward now. Yeah, I am happy with that. It's a bit dusty. I am definitely happy with that, 100%. And what I'll probably do when I go and get the seat covered, obviously they've got to put all the sponge foam, whatever you want to call it, on there. I shall do several drawings of the shape that I want everything. And like I say, they're pretty good there. They normally get everything bang on to how you've asked them to do it. So yeah, I will do some drawings to take with me. So there we go, another day done, although I may continue with a few other things. Yeah, I am 100% happy with that. It's definitely more in keeping. It gives the bike much better lines with the size of the tank. It's just going to be better all round for everything, you know, and most importantly, somewhere good to hide the battery and the M unit. Obviously, we've still got to do the brackets to add this, because I'm still 100% happy with this and it's going on. So, and I've just offered it up. It looks absolutely great, to be honest with you. So we've got to do the brackets for that. What else we've got? So yeah, when I've done the little idea I've got with all this, we are more or less ready to strip the bike down. So again, another bike we are so close. Blue is going to knock the camera. Come here. Don't knock the camera over. Come here. Come here. Come and say hello to everybody. It's quite warm today. He's being a bit lazy today, ain't you, mate? So yeah, where was I? Yeah, as soon as I've got this completed with all the brackets and everything to hold the M unit and the battery, we are just about ready for stripping the bike down. So yeah, and then everything will be going off to powder coating and painting, and we'll be on the build back up. Dan's bike is, as you know, 99% finished. We've just got to complete a couple of things on the tank, get that sorted, and that will be gone out the way, and this one won't be long after it. What I'd like to do, if you're watching Mick and his good lady Helen, if you want to come over for another cup of tea one Saturday or Sunday very soon, you can. Well, it would be nice for you to see the bike before it comes to bits, which is fairly imminent, to be honest with you. But I would dearly like to have another cup of tea with you guys, and like I say, you can see it before it gets stripped down. Anyway, maybe with this tail unit that could have given some of you guys some ideas, because at the end of the day, really nice tail units can be ridiculously expensive. I know there's a lot of cheap ones out there, but sometimes that's very hard to get a nice match up with your tank you're using and things like that. So yeah, it can be very expensive, and you can pick up, doesn't necessarily have to be an Enfield tank, you can pick up fuel tanks really cheap, especially if they've got dents in it. If they've got dents in them on the part that you're not using, people are virtually giving them away. So it is a good way of going about getting a nice back end that actually fits your bike with a bit of effort. You know, if the tank's not cost you a lot of money, get one and practice with it and see how it turns out. If you haven't even got a bike that it's going on, you could make something really nice and earn yourself a few quid putting it on eBay or anywhere, marketplace or whatever. But I've thoroughly enjoyed doing that. I really have. So yeah, next we'll be going for the battery and the M unit and strip down. At last. I think I'd also, while we're at it, to give another massive thank you to everybody who's come on board and watches the channel. I appreciate it so much, because I've often said it, never would I have thought it would have got to where it is now. Even I know it's not the biggest channel out there, but I still didn't think it would get to this size, over 15,000 subscribers now, and I'm just gobsmacked with it. And I appreciate every single one of you, all the support, just clicking watch, the Patreons on, I can't thank you enough, because that certainly helps keep all this rolling. It really does. So to all the patrons, a massive thank you to you all. I appreciate you all so much, and obviously I appreciate everybody that just clicks on to watch any video I put up. And also the little road trip videos, I thoroughly enjoy them, obviously because I'm getting out and about and having a bit of time out. And it is actually different in editing as well. It just makes a change. So thank you to everybody who's appreciating the little ride out videos. I appreciate that so much. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to call it a day. It's actually quite warm still, so I'm going to go and get cleaned up, and I've really got to clean this shed up because it's terrible. I keep putting it off because I keep going, oh, I'll just do this bit first, I'll just do this bit first, and putting off the cleaning. As you can see, I'm in a bit of a mess, so I might do that later or first thing in the morning, we'll see. Anyway, cheers for watching guys, take care everybody.